What's going on, everyone? Train Freak here, and if my voice sounds kind of funny, I think I had the flu, so this is going to be interesting. But I have these little bitty lumber loads, which I have been working on. Most of them I have double stacked, but some of them are only single stacked. Actually, only two are single stacked. But I've gotten three kits of the Walthers Scene Master lumber loads. And so that's what I'm working with. So we're going to look and see if anybody shows up. I probably have this unlisted. So let me go and double check to make sure we are public. And of course, y'all, I'm getting real sloppy about this. But yeah, we were unlisted. So that's why no one's in here yet. But we'll wait and see if anyone wants to show up. It is a Saturday evening, so who knows who has what going on. So maybe we'll get some people. Looks like Randall Ellison's here. What's going on, Randall? I don't know about you, but man, the weather here has been real nice. And let's see, Tim's here. What's going on, Tim? CP368. I guess that's one of the beauties of going live before everybody shows up is I can say hi to people as they come in. And I don't get behind in the chat. So we got Dwight from the Curly Express here. We got John Benicki here. We got Marcus, Mr. or MR20 or 6017. So when I started this, if my voice sounds a little funny, I think I have contracted some type of bug, possibly the flu. So I've been fighting that for a few days. And I do have a cough from times to time, so I apologize if I cough and it's real loud on stream. I can't help it. So, postmodern model words. Howdy. Hey, I like the word y'all. What's going on? So, if you want to know what I am currently doing, and I'm not going to be able to angle the phone, guys. Otherwise, it's going to fall on what I'm doing. But I'm giving everything a nice little pin wash. These are 2x4s. I don't know how well that's going to focus. There we go. So just kind of doing a little bit of painting with a wash. And the wash that I'm using is actually 7 drops of water and 5 drops of India ink. Hey, Tim, they make it like that. What's up, buddy? So I'm just kind of these lumber loads here. They came with like grooves and stuff, but you know after you paint it, you just can't really see it. So this is what the 4x4s look like. Let me set my brush down. Okay. So this is what the 4x4s look like on the sides. And that's just not real conducive to what I'm wanting to do. Tell me that doesn't look better. So 2x4s. Let me find one of those. So here is the 2x4s. Doesn't look real good. Tell me that doesn't look better. So each kit came with two 2x4 by 10 feet long, or NHO scale, of course. Two 4x4s that are 10 feet long, three 2x4s that are 16 feet long, and three 2x4 or 4x4s that are 16 feet long. And I have three kits. So, and now that we got John Schuylkill River Valley in the house, we can let him do all the math of how many wood stacks that I've had to put together. So, but some of them I've already glued doubles. And what's really neat is they do come with the little, what I call the runner boards underneath. But my forklift here, I've got the forks at the highest position. And yeah, if I put the forks in between the wood, you can see that the wheels are just barely lower than the wood in itself. So with me using this forklift, I'm not going to be able to stack them three high. So Tim says we call those stickers. Okay. We got Crooked Dave in the house. What's going on, Dave? So I'm working on a few different pieces at a time. I'm not trying to do them all at once. And as some of the wash starts to dry, I'm kind of going back over them and just dabbing it with the brush. And I'm doing this in a paper plate because I am using India ink. So I'm really trying to contain my mess. It's not like I'm using acrylic paints where, okay, if I make a mess, I can wash it out. This stuff ain't washing out. This is ink. So I've got a few different ones here, some of the shorter ones that I'm working on right now. So for those who are just now coming in, I have contracted some type of bug. Don't know if it's the flu, don't know if it's just a cold, if it's allergies, because Arkansas weather has been really jacked up. But I have contacted something. Derailed Daryl, what's going on, bud? Double D is in the house. All right. I got just a little too much on that one, so I'm going to try to dab it off. I want between the boards black, not the boards themselves. All right. Trains, kids, etc. Good day to you too. All right. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to angle the camera down. But as I work on things here and they start to dry a little bit, I will be glad to show them. And I'll tell you, these super fine paintbrushes, these are amazing. It's a really, really fine tip paintbrush, but they made the handle a lot bigger. So Andy Dobson, welcome. We got Rusty Possum Bayou in the house, and let's see, what did Postmodern say? Careful with using India ink on your passenger cars, or you'll have to glue all the passengers to the outside of the train. There you go. It's very true. And for those who don't get it, just go in YouTube India's passenger trains, and they got people all over. hanging off the side. Like you can't even see the locomotive. Like I don't even know how the engineer can even drive because you got people hanging off the front, the side, the top. The brave ones are in between the wheels where the fuel tank is. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. Some people might not say brave is the right word. But I have been making some progress with the sawmill for those who caught the last live stream. And one of the things that I need to do before I glue in the the wood, I'm going to call it the woodshed. All right, I don't know what else you would call it, but it's where the stack of lumber goes, and I need to get these finished. I tell you, I like doing the 2x4s a little better because it seems like the paint don't even sit on top of the 2x4 in itself, and it just goes right in. And it's just like soaking up that India ink, which is awesome. But when you're using this stuff, you really need to set it like on a flat surface. So like I'm working on just a few different ones here. So did everybody have a good week? Or the start to your weekend? Yeah, Rusty, there is a fine line between brave and stupid. You're absolutely right on that one. Very, very fine line. But for those who are wondering, I will be doing a video on this. I actually recorded a segment of me doing the actual wash. I've got my tripod right here. So I did a couple of pieces and I was like, yeah, maybe I could go live. I saw where Artie's not on, or he was on earlier. I guess he's already off, or YouTube's not telling me Artie's still on. Nathan DeLay, what's going on, bud? And so Rusty was at a train show today. What train show were you at? Tim saying very wet day at work, no sleep, but ordering two locomotives tomorrow, so that's a little upside. What you getting, Tim? I will say I have a new locomotive that has arrived to the one of my local hobby shops that I will be getting very soon. So India Ink has its origins in China, though. Good old British named it India Ink because they purchased it there. In fact, they named India as well. India from Indus. The locals never called it India. Oh, okay. And it looks like D. Rodero just subbed to Andy Dobson. That's awesome. Train kits, etc. My people are responsible for so much BS. So train kits, who is your people? I'd like to know that. All right, so Tim got two B&Ms, SD39s, number 690 and 692. B&M, Boston and Maine, if I'm not mistaken. I see some of their old like 2-bay covered hoppers come through the area every once in a while, but they're like repatched to some other railroad. So Mobile had a train show. I was with the T-Track group. We were from Mobile, Pensacola clubs. Okay. I'm assuming clubs, not cubs. But okay, so Train Kids is from England. Okay. So Nathan, Jason, if you went anywhere in the world, where would you go besides the United States if it was train related? That is a very good question. Um, hmm. Nathan, I'm gonna get back to you on that one because that's almost blasphemy. I would go everywhere where it's train related, but there's really no country that I really want to go to. So, okay, so Train Kits lives in Australia. Okay, but he's from England. So you moved from one side of the pond to the other side of the bigger pond. So, Tim, 691 is slated for next month along with the 75th Athearn locomotive and BAR or Bangor and Aroostook 1776. Okay, cool. I've got a bar car put up somewhere, but I do have a bar car. Even though most of their fleet was in red, white, and blue, they never classified them as bicentennial because they were already that painted before the bicentennial. Oh, that's awesome, Rusty. So are you in the NMRA by chance? Because I know if you do clinics and stuff, you can use that, I think, towards some of the achievement program certificates. No, but you're planning on joining. Well, I've been a member for a little more than 2 years, and I wish there was more activity in my division. And me and a guy from another division, um, he's actually one of my customers I've been working with. Uh, we're thinking that it'd probably be best if they would actually take our two divisions and consolidate them. Oh, you want to see my shirt? There you go. I don't give another word for a mouse and another word for a horse. My wife got that for me for Christmas. So it's one of my favorite shirts. And when I get one of those facetious moods, I'll wear it. And I've got nothing but compliments with it. All right, so Nathan said he would pick England for 3 reasons: to see the Duchess of Hamilton in a museum, 2, Penda Museum, and 3, to ride on a steam engine. So Train Kit saying I was thinking it was a reference of stuff coming out of the rear end of an animal. No, not quite. So, but it seems like everybody likes the shirt, so I will definitely let Amanda know that you all approve. Because, like I said, she got that for me. Me and her, we have a wild sense of humor. And sometimes other people, they just don't get our sense of humor. But that's okay. Our sense of humor was not designed for everybody. It's a donkey, but not a bull. But it's the three letter word for the donkey is what you use. And it's not a mouse, it's its bigger cousin that likes to live in sewers. How often do I see rattlesnakes? Well, if it tells you anything, I killed two last year, riding over them with a lawnmower. Sometimes they blend in. Most of the time, I don't see rattlesnakes. I see their cousins, the cottonmouth, because our neighbor has a pond, or the neighbors that live behind us have a pond, and cottonmouths, or also known as the water moccasin. Um, those are, very notorious for being around water. And then not just that, but copperheads. That's the other big one that we see. I mean, we do have venomous rattlesnakes. There's actually four species of rattlesnakes in Arkansas. Um, but typically, the one that I end up seeing is a timber rattler, because I do live in the boonies, and yeah, those are the big ones. I'm not far from the farmland, so it is common to see a prairie rattlesnake in the area, but I haven't seen one. And but I'll tell you, the one that I'm the most afraid of when it comes to rattlesnakes is the pygmy rattlesnake, because it's very small and its rattle does not sound like the rest of the rattlesnakes. It sounds more like the buzzing of like a some insect in your ear. So you could easily mistaken it as an insect flying, around your head, and actually its venom is twice as potent as the western diamondback, which is another one we have, which is the fourth one we have in our area. So Andy lives near the Coventry. The museum there is interesting. Okay, that's nice. I'm talking about a future Sparky meet and greet. Might be near a steam engine, might not. We will see. Yeah, see, Rusty knows what I'm talking about when it comes to those little pygmy rattlesnakes, man. Ooh, they're beautiful if you ever get to see one like in captivity. Like the Little Rock Zoo has one, and it's got like a blue hue to it as well. I mean, they're beautiful. But yeah, I would not. Mm-mm. I would not want to cross one on a trail, especially at night. Yeah, close call. Lynn McCurdy, what's going on? All right, so I just finished the end on that one. Got the top. I know, got to get it in focus. There we go. It's a little darker than what I want, but I think with it being up under the shed, I think it'll be okay. I mean, these are not going to be like right up on the edge of the lake. Kyle Stevens, what's going on, dude? All right, so Nathan's asking, would you want to buy steampunk trains, or and then the chat just moved? Are they not your thing? I like steam locomotives, but steampunk, I think that's a little different. Not really my thing on that one. Okay, so Tim says the only time he's ever seen a rattlesnake was when we happened across a rather large eastern diamondback when I was a little kid. And Witchcraft John, or Mystic John, as everybody knows, is in the house. What's going on? All right. It is. It's so cool. Like when you do a wash, like a pen wash, like how I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but it just soaks right into the cracks. But to kind of do this right, like you have to go over it a few times. And I can tell me holding it, it ain't doing right because it's all wanting to move to one end. Jack, what's going on, buddy? Man, I'm on for just some random ass night because I can do that. I saw where Artie was live earlier, but before I went live, I checked YouTube to see if he wasn't live, and it showed me he wasn't. So, Norfolk Southern had another derailment. That does not surprise me. All right, Nathan, you have rattlesnakes in PA as well, same ones we have in New York. So there is one venomous snake in Arkansas, but it's not in my area. It's like far southwest Arkansas. Um, that scares me the most, only because there's no anti-venom for it, and that is the Texas coral snake. I'm sure it's a beautiful colored snake, but that one there would give me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, so my wife, she's out. She does DoorDash, and so she's out door dashing with one of her friends tonight. And so I'm just sitting here. I'm working on lumber loads. And I thought, yeah, why don't I go out? Yeah, coral snakes, man, they're no joke. But see, we have a lot of snakes that are very similar to, or they easily get confused as venomous snakes. So before you go and mess with the snake, just make sure you know your stuff. Because if you don't, God bless you. Gary Shanks, good evening. How's it going? Well, Daryl, the thing about being left handed, I'm always in my right mind. There's no way they could have left my tail out. So, yeah, Arkansas has 7 venomous snakes, and 4 of them are in my area. All right, I'm going to paint the side of this one now. So, for those that are coming in late or later, you're not late. You're still on time because I'm still live, right? So, for those who are coming in within the last few minutes, what I am working on is the Walthers lumber loads. And I'm just giving them a good pin wash. I've already got them all put together. I have 3 kits. If John Skookill is still in here, he can do all the math for us. I don't know. With it being the time of the season, he's probably tired of math. Dave, what about the king snake, man? A king snake is a great snake because a king snake will go and eat a bad snake. Nathan, no, I do not have any mini prints on my layout. I do not. I just haven't bought any. I'm inside the building, work some 8-inch pipe fixing the wall, spreading. It is jacked up. Better you than me, Jack Jack. Better you than me. Jake the Snake was okay. So Randall says, looks like he's got a locomotive to fix. Took both my Arizona and California Jeep 35s to the club display today, and only one of them ran. Oh, that's not good. What did you do to it, Randall? Today's live stream is not brought to you by Snapple. But this is some good stuff. All right. So Nathan says, I don't have any mini prints on my layout, but the only thing I do that has is the entries. So I'm assuming that's the peanut butter lid entries. Oh, that's cool. You did a little turntable. Hey, Chris, Tennessee River Union Railroad. I got your email. I have not had a chance to respond, so don't. I will get to you on that. I promise. But I did see where you had like a Broadway Limited. What was it? A Jeep 15? I'm sure we could figure something out on that. Oh, Jack, it's not that bad. But of course, I've been playing with JMRI since like 2010. Let me tell you what's the devil, and that's because I'm doing it, is learning LCC. That has taken me a little bit longer than everything else to get the hang of and pick up. But I will tell you, with what it can do, that's going to be awesome. Oh, Jeep 20. Oh, even better. That gives me a little bit more room. All right, so Derek Alexander, what's going on, buddy? So this is actually peach tea. So local convenience store sells these for like $2.75 a piece, or 2 for $4. I always get 2 of them. All right, Jeep 20. All right. Are there steam? Are there steam locos to see where I live? So there is. Is it live? No. It's in a museum. Um, but it is a steam locomotive that is probably my favorite one, and that has to do with being biased. Because the last time that it actually ran, and not knowing it was going to be the last time it ran, I actually got to ride in one of the cars behind. So that's why I'm a little biased on it. Yeah, LCC top-notch pain, but top-notch features too. Kyle saying that decoder installs are a pain for him. It takes a little bit to learn on that. Jerry's in the house. What's going on, Boxcar Jerry? Hope you're doing pretty good tonight. You know, it's kind of like some people find scenery to be relaxing and I don't know, like they have a niche for it. And I'm going to call out 2 people in the chat because I know they're both in here. That does amazing scenery, and that's their niche, and that would be Crooked Dave and Derail Daryl. for me, scenery is not my forte. Electronics is. And anytime I say that something with electronics is a pain to learn, um, take my word for it, because I'm actually kind of a fast learner when it comes to electronics. But I'm getting it down, but learning how it works, it's a little different than DCC. Like the addressing, everything, it's all different. Oh, layout wiring, whole lot easier than DCC installs. Hey, looky there. Crooked River and Eastern. Use Train Freak Hobbies. Crooked Savings to get you a 10% discount on decoder installations. And I can't remember what I think the other one was like layout designs. So, yeah, CTI took you about 6 months on that. And LCC kind of does the same thing that CTI does. Just CTI is proprietary. LCC is an NMRA standard. So that's the only difference when it comes to those. So for those who don't know what a pin wash is, it's where you do a wash. It's a very, very wet wash. And you're basically just trying to get the cracks and stuff of your model like darkened up so everything kind of stands out a little bit more. All right, so Jason, are you going to put sound effects on your layout besides the locomotives like birds chirping, wind, factory noises, and so much more? I plan on it, but Nathan, I'm not going to state what it's going to be because I would get in serious trouble. I'll put it this way, it's not rated PG. And then we'll leave it at that. So the rest of you out there can use your imaginations. All right, Jack Jack. Have fun. We will see you next time. So Mystic is thinking. Mystic, if you think too hard, you're going to fry some of them brain cells, man. You know you got to save that for your witchcraft. Yes, Nathan, it's actually called Gamer and Thrones, but it's a pun off the Game of Thrones. Yes, but yes, it does make toilets. It's actually put up in a box over on that side of the room. Yeah, thinking can be very dangerous. So Daryl is saying, sorry, not chatty. Uh, Cricket, River, and Eastern is talking my ear off. Oh, okay. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Kyle is saying he is too tired to think. Yeah, I feel you on that one, dude. Man, I've been doing yard work all day. So I know how you feel when you say you're too tired. Because he called me for his daily confidence boost. Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. That's funny. So, what movies do I watch if it's train related or not? So my favorite train related movie is Unstoppable. I do have the DV or actually Blu-ray copy of that. Not related movies. Oh man, there's so many out there. I would say my favorite non-train related movie out there. It's a classic. Um, it's National Lampoon's Animal House. One of the best movies of all time. I am when it comes to movies and whatnot. I like comedies, but I do like action too. I'm not into horrors, and I'm definitely not into the chick flicks. So Mystic is saying he needs someone like Chris Farley, a motivational train speaker. Well, if that's the case, you might just get with Crooked River because he's motivating Daryl right now. I mean, we all need a confidence boost. Blues Brother, that's a good one. I do like the Blues Brothers. I do have that DVD as well, but the second one I did not care for. So, but the nice thing about the Blues Brothers and Animal House is they both have John Belushi. Smokey and the Bandit's a good one too, but I would not quite call it the best. And the third one was probably the funniest when it came to Jackie Gleason's commentary, but the third one was actually the story and it was just horrible. Some people would say Cannonball Run is another good one because Daryl would end up living in a van down by the river with his daily pep talks. Well, he would be down at the LA River, the only river that I know of that's like concreted. So Train Kits etc. saying Under Siege 2, Trains action, really bad acting, and unintentional comedy. Tennessee River saying those are fighting words. Nutty Professor was a laugh fest. Yeah, I couldn't really get into Nutty Professor though, but yes, I can quote Cannonball Run in my sleep. I'm sure he's a great doctor, but whatever you do not tell me where you found it. I have that DVD as well. So is it just me, or does it seem like the entertainment industry is just they've ran out of ideas? Oh yeah, when you're hot, and when you're not, you're not. Yeah, I've heard that song before, Rusty. All right, what did Nathan say? Have you seen Matilda? Yep, I've seen Matilda. Um, I have seen it. It's been a while. Yeah, the entertainment sector. I mean, it just seems like right now everybody is about making movies about the comets, which I mean that's cool, but that's all it seems like it has been. Now I will say, me and my wife we went and watched the Equalizer 3 not too long ago. That was really good. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Dave. I do not disagree. Never going to redo Blazing Saddles. So I'll tell you a movie. This is probably one of my more favorite movies that involve cars or vehicles. It's not the Cars movie, and that would be the remake to Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. That movie was a whole lot better than the original. Have I seen the movie Dictator? No, I have not. And Dwight is making trees tomorrow in his live stream. Well, Dwight, I will be busy doing yard work again, so depending on when your live is will depend on if I get to watch you make some trees or not. See, Lynn, that I can't agree with you on that one. I mean, there was more wreck and damage in the original one, but I don't think it was the better one of the two. All right. No, Nathan, I own 2.5 acres. And so this is called leaf burning season. When the weather is nice enough that the snakes will start to come out, you want to go ahead and burn your leaves. Uh, so that way, one, it keeps the rodents away, and if the rodents are away, then the snakes are away. So I was doing some of that, and I went ahead and cut down two small trees. When I say small, they're only like that big around as this roll of tape. I cut down one medium-sized tree where I'm at least going to have to split the wood into quarters. Um, and then we took down another tree that was dead. It was even smaller, but that one there is just going to go to the burn pile. Yes, I do know the backstory to the original one. I do. Oh, see, I don't know, man. I watched them both, and it was more than just Nicolas Cage, in my opinion. And keyword, it's just my opinion. You know, opinions are like a-holes. We all got them, right? So it's just my opinion. they had a better lineup of actors and actresses all together in the second, the remake versus the original. Just my thoughts. So, do you like Back to the? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like Back to the Future. All three of them are really good. The first one is still my favorite. Yeah, see, Lynn's all about the car crashes. Now, if you like the car crashes, okay, then the first one is definitely going to be your favorite. If the car crashes is not your thing, and I think that was kind of big in the 70s, was like all the car crashes, then okay, you know. Okay, yeah, Dwight, I'll be out doing yard work, buddy. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to miss it, but yard work doesn't get done by itself. And I'll tell you one thing, man, this is a mess to do. I'm probably going to have to do several washes. Do I like Terminator? The newest one that came out was from 2019, and I saw that one in theaters. No, I'm not really a Terminator fan. I saw the original one years ago, but not that big. I got about less than 200 to go to make it to 2,000. I do plan on doing a contest for 2,000. The last contest I did was at 1,500, so yeah, instead of doing every 100, I'm bumped it up to every 500. So since Nathan asked me about my channel, where's everybody at with their channels? Do we have to answer 25 questions and watch a train to get the answers? Maybe. I don't know. What kind of contest would y'all like to see? Y'all want me to go back to bingo? Oh, cool. The club's going to give away a locomotive when you hit 500. That's awesome. Nathan's almost to 3,000. That's pretty cool, Nathan. Rusty started making videos again. He has 215 subs. Well, one thing to keep in mind for those who are channel members at a specific level, and I know there are some in here, um, they get to bypass whatever shenanigans are in place to enter the contest. That is actually one of their perks. So if I do something that doesn't involve like having to answer a question or do like a math problem or something like that, then it's not really fair to them. So I still have to make it to where anybody can enter the contest. So, all right, Kyle, have a good night, buddy. We'll see you next time. Yeah, Rusty, dude, I get it. Especially when you have people that are posting multiple videos a day. There's no way I can watch everybody's stuff. I try to share, spread the love around, and I'm one of those that actually, when I watch a video, I typically don't skip through it, because I'm trying to be supportive by increasing your watch time, especially if it's a video that's like I think it's interesting. But typically I don't fast forward, and because of that, I can't watch everybody's videos. But I don't expect everybody to watch mine either. I'm sure if I put up something interesting, you'll watch. Yeah, you're right, Nathan. It is impossible. And if there's someone out there that are like, well, you should watch my stuff no matter what, blah 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 blah. I'm going to support you altogether, but if you're posting like every day or multiple videos every day, don't expect me to watch them all. I'll watch the ones that I can when I can. After talking and watching Ron from Classic Model Trains, learned a lot about YouTube. Only 33% watched the. Oh, yeah. Go look at your YouTube statistics. And if your comments are turned off, or if you don't respond to people, they're less likely to come back. I mean, I'm not a professional, like, like how does the algorithm and things like that work? Don't get me, because I'm not going to be able to tell you. But I can tell you, as someone who posts videos, that used to post videos every week, trying to grow his channel and experienced burnout and, got his priorities mixed up and almost lost his family because of it. Some people out there that, they could be, retired, single. The only thing they have to do in their life is maybe model trains, and that's great, for them. But, for like me, I have a full-time job. I have a side business, or what I call a side hustle. I'm also a full-time husband and a full-time dad. Me and my son, we do Boy Scouts together, and I'm also the Scoutmaster. And I will tell you that I have so much going on that YouTube is not my priority. I kind of look at it as like another hobby, per se. But with me making videos, I'm just sharing with you and those that are not in here tonight my knowledge, because I've been doing this hobby for a pretty long time. As I would say, one of the younger generations. I'm a millennial. So with that being said, I've been doing this hobby since 2007, 2008. I've been doing DCC since like 2009, 2010, somewhere in that area. So I've been doing this hobby for a while. I mean, there's people that's been doing it longer than I have, but a lot of people hasn't had the opportunities that I've had, and that's like working at a hobby shop, part time, and learning from someone who has been doing it for a lot of years that's really good at his craft. Just learning what he's learned and then replicating it. So I know some people, would be like, well, dang, Jason, you got really, really good scenery, because I've heard them say that to me. It's not my forte, and all I'm doing is replicating. I mean, if you want my opinion, I think this here looks like crap, because I can't hold my hand steady enough just to keep it down in the cracks. So I've got a whole bunch of overspray here, but if I go and wipe it off, guess what? The stuff in the cracks go away too. But it looks better than this. So, I don't know, that's just my thoughts. Rusty, from my own experience, scouting can take a lot of time and effort, but it's worth it in the end. Oh, absolutely. Junior, he is going to be 13 this summer, and he is already star. So for those who don't know, Eagle is the highest rank. He's 2 ranks away from Eagle. Most kids don't get Eagle till like 16, 17, right before they turn 18. So, Around the Layout Podcast, good evening to you too. Welcome. All right, so Postmodern Model Works saying, Derek, when I first moved to Florida, my girlfriend came home and said she got a job at Cracker Barrel as a waitress, and I asked, serving cheese? I had no idea it was a restaurant too. Oh, dude, I love Cracker Barrel. I am, dude, I could eat Cracker Barrel 5 days a week if I could afford it. Randall says, right now I'm kind of on a bit of a schedule with the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode episodes I'm doing now, where I try to put out an episode once a week. Yeah, once a week, man. Because I mean, what y'all don't realize is, in order to put out a good video, it takes a lot of hours. Every minute of video is an hour of work. So a 15-minute video is like 15 hours. Because one, you got to work on the layout. Two, you got to show what you're doing. And then after you get all of that recording, then you go in and you have to edit. And then, upload all the text and, create a decent looking thumbnail. With all that there, I mean, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. Excuse me. Yeah. I go to Cracker Barrel for their breakfast. I'm a breakfast guy. What can I say? Yeah, YouTube is feeding the dragon. It definitely is feeding the dragon. Alright. Like, I'm trying to pick around and see which ones I've done, which ones I haven't done, which ones look good, which ones look like crap. This one's done. So, for now. Some of these I have to kind of go back over with. So, but, with that being said, like, if you really want to grow your channel, you've got the community that's going to support you no matter how good or how horrible your content is. But if you want, like, to really grow it and get, people outside the community, to support you, then you have to put in more time to your content. Now, if you're just videoing a train going by, then yeah, you shouldn't have to edit that. But what really grows your channel is like when you do how-tos. Well, in our community is how-tos. Because let me tell you, the videos in my channel, especially a playlist that has just been blowing up, is my JMRI operations. I did an 8-video series on how I set it up for my railroad, to where you can kind of mimic the same thing, but do your minor changes on yours. And that first video is getting like it's almost one of my most viewed videos. Now, my most viewed video was a video I did back in 2020 when I first started the channel, and it's a how-to, and it was with my Walthers 130-foot turntable, and it still gets views. And I'm like, I need to really get the sawmill area done so that way I can build a section below it, because that's where the turntables go. Because I've got some ideas of some things that I want to try, and I don't want to share those secrets because I don't want someone else taking my idea and, taking my thunder. But I think I have an idea with the Walthers turntables to keep it, or basically doing away with the dead zone. But also at the risk of screwing up a $300 turntable. So Derek's saying, freak, that will continue to grow because anyone starting it will want to watch it and it will become a record. Absolutely. Yeah, so we call that evergreen content. It's content that people that are just getting into it or whatnot will come back and watch. Yeah, and those too. Highly detailed video, layouts that you go and watch. Look at NS Modeler 24. Look at Josh. Look at all the videos he's putting out right now. It's not of his layout. It's of other people's layouts. And I would assume these are people in his NMRA division. And who knows, maybe in 20 years he'll come and want to do a video of mine. All right, I have a video that's been going on since 2022. It's the most highest video I have made that got a lot of views, and then all my videos, and it's a YouTube short. I do believe it varies on people's likes. Yeah, the videos I'm talking about, Nathan, are actual standard videos, not shorts. I have posted some shorts, but I'm not posting a whole bunch. Rusty saying my layout is where it was 18 months ago. That means you haven't made a lot of progress on your layout. Is that what you're saying? I just looked. The highest viewed videos were of the model military trains in a real steam engine. So my highest video is, it's my Walthers turntable one. Cumbres and Toltec is up there. Branson Scenic Railway is up there. So the scenic train rides, those get a lot of views too. But the JMRI video one is up there. It's in the top 5 of my most viewed. So I saw a video where the Walters turntable and the guy basically eliminated the dead spot by putting it between tracks, and he had like 30 tracks on the. So what happens when he spins it 180 degrees? Because the way the turntable is built, if you rotate the locomotive, say that you pull it into the, nose coming in, and you want to send it out nose going out, when you rotate it 180 degrees, somewhere it kills power to the locomotive, and it what happens is if you don't have current keepers in all your locomotives, then your locomotive does a shutdown sequence. What I want to do is bypass that. Can you put a keep alive in a turntable? I don't think so. Probably could. What it does is it kills the power so that it can reverse the polarity of the rails. Oh, that's pretty cool, Nathan. So, Lynn, is that the real steam locomotive or is that a model that's in that video? And I'm going to have to go get me some more medicine here in a minute. Well, like I said, and I'm just going to leave it at that, is I have an idea. It's going to take some ingenuity. It's not going to be a simple idea to see if I can make it work. Hey, Deep Run Railroad Mike, is that a real poncho or a Sears poncho? Poncho? I'm so confused. Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. What did I miss? So, Nathan, there was this one cooking show I used to watch a long time ago. It's called Good Eats. And I only liked it because Alton Brown, the host, put the science into it. So Rusty says I've got an O scale layout that's got 1,800 views. That's a lot for a channel with only 215 subs. Yeah. It makes you wonder if some of these views are the same people coming back. Oh, okay, Mike. I got you. Yeah, I mean, you the dead zone. It's not very big. It's just literally wide enough for the locomotive, the rails to swap the polarity. Yeah, Alton Brown is good. No, I didn't know that, Nathan. I've had them before. They're pretty good. Dang, I thought I've already done this side. I guess not. Yeah, I'm having to do several passes when doing these washes. All of the reversing technology, you would think there was one that was fast enough not to notice it. Yeah. Well, what it is down in the base, there's little wipers. And so Um, if I had quick access to it, I'd pull it out and show it to you, but I don't have quick access to it. So the bridge has like contacts on the bottom, and it's got little rings. Well, the rings are so wide that they did like sums for the sensor because you can program it. It's got an optical sensor in it. Two of the rings are to power the motor, and so those don't have cuts in it. But the outside ring is for track power. And I guess they couldn't give it two rings, so they gave one last ring, cut it in half. So one half is left rail, the other half is right rail, and then when it rotates 180 degrees, the two rails flip flop. Beavis and Butthead, absolutely, the Soul Brothers. Yeah, Beavis and Butthead's hilarious. Yeah, so Lynn, that is something that YouTube is doing new. It happened to me on Jerry's live stream. The other day I was watching his live, and I had like commercials come up in the middle of it. So that's YouTube's doing. Okay, that's not me. That's not me. So just FYI, that might happen to you on a live stream. No, I don't see it. Um, I have no clue when YouTube puts these commercials in. It wouldn't surprise me if they do it like every 30 minutes or so, and I've been live for almost an hour and a half. They want to make their money. I mean, they let us store all of these videos on their data servers at no charge. So they're going to find ways to pay for those data servers. I mean, when you think about it, I had peanut M&M commercials come on one of Jerry's live streams, and I had to go to the store and get some. That that's one of the good flavors. I like the peanut butter ones. The caramel ones are good too. Yeah, still a free site. I don't complain. Absolutely. All right. Now I want M&Ms. They became hoarders, but for a ridiculous reason, and Beavis gets attached to things, and their house needs to be destroyed. Hoarding. No, I haven't. I haven't watched that, Nathan. No, I haven't. Man, I'll tell you, this right here is time consuming. I'm glad I'm doing this on live with y'all because y'all are keeping me company. And I wouldn't be able to do this if someone else was streaming. I wouldn't be able to get anything done because I'd be too busy in the chat. JB, you need to click on those ads for free to make money off of them. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't make anything if you click on it. There. Well, if they start doing Chips Ahoy commercials with the Reese Chewies Chips Ahoy, I'll be in trouble. I'd straight up be in trouble. My problem is Dollar General is just a quarter mile away. I think I'm about 4 or 5 miles to the closest one. Maybe a little further than that. But quarter mile, yeah, you're in walking distance. Have you seen Monty Python? There's an episode during World War II, and the only weapon they choose to use was the telling jokes to the German soldiers so they can die laughing. It's very funny in the show. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen that one. Killer seafood joint. Hey, I'm down for seafood. I see food and I eat it. Yeah. Oh, what did postmodern say? If they were smart, they would show Walthers, Athearn, and Rapido commercials, and we'd all go broke. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. And they could show scale trains commercials to you, but guess what? I wouldn't go broke on those because they don't make anything I use. All right, so this one's wet. You can see it's wet. Let me do it this way. All right, I don't know how well y'all can see this. Ah, there we go. Let's go zoom it. There we go. Now I can't see the comments. How about that? So these are the ones I'm currently working on now. I'm just kind of going back and forth between different ones. Oh yeah, I've had lobster. So this one here, I'm calling this one done. It don't look as bad on camera. These are 4x4s. I might touch up the ends again. Thanks, Dave. I think my scale trains is finally making a 4-axle loco I can use. You see, that not for me. All right, Randall, have a good evening, buddy. We will see you next time. Just don't have a Lombard Hobbies commercial. Yeah, we would all get in trouble with that one, too. So this is what they look like before anything goes on them. It's just solid. I mean, I don't even know what you would call that color. It's a mix between Tamiya's buff. So it's a mix between this and this is Mission Models Farm Tractor Yellow, which I'm assuming is supposed to be like John Deere yellow. They just can't use the word John Deere. I only have one. Well, no, take that back. I have two. I have my one that actually runs around the layout, and then I have the one that you made me. They look like vanilla wafer sugar cookies. Yeah. Yeah, they kind of do. I don't think they taste like them, though. All right, Chris, take care, bud. Hey, I will get to that email. I promise. I might try to get to it tomorrow. Man, I swear this cough is getting worse. So while I have y'all in here, let me get your opinion on something. I have some of the Woodland Scenics lighted utility poles, or I call them night watchers, but you know, everybody's got their own thing. For those who caught the last live stream and saw me dirt in the grade crossing from the community barn to the sawmill, do y'all think I should put a night watcher for that grade crossing that's not going to be um, it's not going to have like any type of railroad crossing signals? Oh, that's cool. I know Robert's supposed to be up or hanging out with Wilmer sometime pretty soon. Jason, I heard a knock on the door. Might be DoorDash. No. No, ain't no DoorDash here. If Amanda is DoorDashing in your area, Daryl, then something is odd. Now, I can hear some thumping music from outside, which is some kids. Pizza? Nah. Actually, Junior cooked me dinner tonight. First time without my supervision. I was a little impressed. He made microwavable Salisbury steaks, canned southern cream corn, and mac and cheese. And he's only 12. So let that sink in. Oh, okay. Yeah, Derek, win, win, win. Absolutely. All right, which one do I want to grab next? Let me check this one out. We'll do the top. Lynn, you must have been putting some love into that cooking. No, he's already earned that merit badge, Derek. He's already earned that one. There's actually a cooking merit badge, and they have to, it's required for Eagle. So he has to have it. But he's already got it. Oh, so Lynn is basically saying his cooking was so horrible that she knew she had to get Whale to take that kitchen back over. That's what he was saying. I'm decent, but Manda's definitely a lot better cook than me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Robert went to Timonium last year. Ugh. Grabbed the wrong one. Well, Nathan, I'll tell you, I appreciate that, but I'll tell you this, man, I'm still learning. Like this right here, as the perfectionist as I am, I'm not a fan of this. But what can I do? I think it'll be okay once I get it under the shed. I think it'll be fine. Oh, okay. So you're limited as to what you can cook. Lynn, don't tell me you cooked her Charlie Brown's meal, which is cold cereal and toast. Please tell me you did a little better than that. Well, Nathan, you can credit me, like in the operations that I do. That credit goes to Eric over at IMRROcom because that's who I learned a lot of my operation stuff from. Uh, because I almost quit the hobby because the hobby shops here, all they're about is showing you how to build a layout where a train runs in a circle. And it's cool to watch a train run in a circle, but after a while it's like, okay, that it gets boring. And for those who like that, that's great if you like that. For me, I don't. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's times that I do like to watch my trains run in a circle, and what I'll do in that instance is I will take them up to the local hobby shop and I'll run them. Especially if I'm getting a new locomotive, to break it in. But like an open house setting, yeah, that is perfect. Have your stuff running, just so that way they can be running in an open house setting. Yeah, that's great. And that's why on my design, it's point to point, but I'm putting in the reversing sections on both ends, so that way I could have them, run continuously, but it's got to go through the layout and then turn around and go back through the layout again. But I like to do what the real railroads do: pick up, drop offs, or set outs. Oh, that'd be cool, Nathan. But like Jason Jensen, for example, do you know he doesn't even own a single turnout on his layout? And it's because, and he has said it, that he likes watching the trains run through his scenery. And there is nothing wrong with that. If that's what he likes, hey, that's great. For me, I would get bored. Haha, bored, you get it? HO scale boards. But yeah, I mean, anybody who, likes rail fanning their layout, there is nothing wrong with it at all. And, as a layout designer, that is something that I always ask my people, because it's like, It is much easier to incorporate rail fanning into a layout designed for operations than it is to incorporate operations into a layout that's designed for rail fanning. So at the last show we were set up, we have two mains, then a third track on the rear to do ops, and we did that show. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's cool. Does he live up in that area? So, Nathan, it's not that I don't like scenery. It's not my forte. It's not my. It's not ranked up high. So for me, when it comes to my my preference in operations is a high. Electronics is right under. It kind of goes with. Then under that is the collecting, then scenery. And probably right above scenery would be like weathering, like rolling stock and stuff. Okay. I'll tell you a layout that's really cool to see. It's in Colorado, but it's not in Greeley. It's in Durango. It's in the Roundhouse there. They have a museum there for the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge, and they actually have a HON3 layout in there. It's pretty cool. Oh. Well, it sounds like they're having a party across the street, man. I'm hearing thumping. They are getting down, getting wild and out, is what it sounds like. No, I've never had an opportunity to meet Sparky. I'm in Arkansas. I've only been to Arizona one time, and that was at the Four Corners. Other than that, I've never been in Arizona. Cars going by, modified exhaust pipes. Yeah. Daryl. Well, now I know what to send you, Daryl. You just opened up a can of worms, buddy. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, op sessions, if you ever get to partake in those, they are a lot of fun. Especially when you have multiple people. Um, I know Robert Flying Crow got to meet up with Steve Childers, the retirement railroad, over at Steve Davis's. I think it's Steve Davis's house. So Oh, is Mike out of here? All right, Mike. Have a good evening, bud. We will catch you next time. Figure of speech, Nathan. It's just a figure of speech. I don't know. I probably could send him an actual can of worms in the mail. Now, if he was to go fishing, that might benefit him. But if he's not going fishing, then a can of worms is not going to do him a whole lot of good. Yeah, operate. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. I want to get back to operating over here. My customers layout that I've been working on at his place. Um, I've been installing LCC over there, and soon as we get all of that stuff done, he's going to open his layout back to operating sessions, and I'm definitely going to get in on it, so that way I can use it towards my chief dispatcher certificate through the NMRA. Are you going to expand your operations for more track work? I bet it'll be twice as fun if you did. Yes. So if you look behind me, slide out of the way, you can see these 1x4s hanging underneath the layout. You can see the brackets holding them up. Well, just imagine if right at the bottom of these 1x4s was another level. That is in the plan. And that's where my yard is going to be. Oh, yeah, I think I might be getting close to a stopping point. We'll see here. Or I guess I could start on, I got I got 5 double stacks and 2 singles. I'm going to have to add more water. More water, more India ink. Probably not for switching. Yeah, I've been using Dayquil that's got this Vic stuff in it. Man, that stuff is stout. But I think what I need is probably some Tamiflu, but that's not over the counter. So I know I probably sound a little more nasally than I normally do, and that would be why. Man, it is such a difference. Like, soon as you do like the first set of India ink on this, it's insane. I'll try to do this one so that way y'all can see it. Yeah. All right. This is kind of hard to do without being able to look at it directly. I see the lines popping out now. But when you do this stuff, you really want to be flat. The yellow pollen has started here a couple of weeks ago. That stuff is great on my black truck. Oh yeah, it'll turn your vehicle yellow in an instant. All right. So the one that I just showed you, that was the 4x4s. All right. I'm going to show you the 2x4s. I'm going to try to show you the 2x4s. It's kind of harder to tell because it's so much smaller. Besides that little black blob at the bottom. But as soon as I tilt it up, the black blob goes away. That's the beauty of doing a wash. And that's why you're supposed to do it flat. And when you do a wash like this, where's it at? This is the stuff you want to use. Gloss coat. Because it makes the uh, texture of the surface very smooth. So that wash just runs. Yeah. 2 days ago, the high was like 40, and then today it's like 70. Yes, dull coat after. Absolutely. Yeah, always work in layers, and you always want to either dull coat or gloss coat between your layers depending on what you're doing. All right. I'll tell you, putting the kits together were not that hard. This is actually one of Walter's best kits. That in Bosnia, the World War II German steam engines deliver coal for the power plants they're still using today. That's pretty cool. Whew. Man, yeah, I can tell that medicine, it's starting to wear off. That means I need to go get another dose of it. All right, set those there. And man, we've been going for 2 hours. Holy smokes, and I'm still not done. Well, I've only finished one. Let me take a look at this one. I might have two finished. Close. I need to redo this one side, and then I can call this one good. All right. I'll set that one there. So, if y'all could host a meet and greet, where where would you think the ideal place would be? I'm curious to see what y'all would say. This side needs one more. No, Nathan, I mean actual medicine. Probably probably could benefit from a nebulizer too. All right, JB, Mr. John Benicki, have a good evening, and we will see you next time. All right, Daryl said. Jason said again. CRE was yelling. He's still trying to give you that daily motivational, huh, Daryl? Um, what I was saying was, if you could host a meet and greet, where do you think the ideal location would be? Vegas. Yeah, Vegas would be cool. Are there any trains to ride in Vegas? I would pick the New York Charlie Museum because I'm hoping to go there. I don't know, but somewhere after April. Okay, so how about somewhere that is a scenic train or maybe museums or something like that? So, Derek, why do you say the Colorado Railroad Museum? Oh, yeah, Cache Scenic. That is definitely on my bucket list. Feather River Route, that'd be a good one. Henry Ford Museum had quite an impressive steam and railroad display, which was unexpected. Oh, nice. Really, Artie? Wow. I'm just going to say wow on that one. What's going on, Artie? Did you finally make it back home? All right, so mine would be everyone go to Durango, Colorado, and my plan would be for us to see if we could get a tour of Soundtracks' factory, which I've already had my tour, and go and ride the Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad, and then the next day drive over to Chama, New Mexico, which is maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and ride the Cumbres and Toltec. I figured that would be a really cool meet and greet to give us a lot of stuff to do. Last time I was there, I was with 3 of my wives. Have picture to prove it. You was a brave man. Because one is more than enough. Well, Artie, I hope you're able to get it all sorted out, bud. Oh, sit upright. Since half of our friends are in the Ohio area, that might make more sense. Would this count a trip to see the Bluebell Railway in England? I mean, yeah, you could definitely do a meet and greet there. There's a lot of UK people. Um, you might be able to get Anthony Dodge in with you on that one. So, Artie, what's the deal with all of that? What's up, Container Man? Hey, you forgot to drop off one of those cat things that was on your trailer when you was in my area last weekend. You forgot to drop one of those off at the house. Man, I could have really used it this weekend. Nope. Container Man ran trains at Greeley a lot. All right, Nathan, you have a good night, bud. I appreciate you popping in, and I will catch you next time. That would be the last one for that one. I meant also not a lot. Oh, so Roy did not run a lot of trains. Oh, okay. He ran the port all by himself. So for those who are just coming in, what I'm working on is I've got some Walthers lumber loads, and I'm giving them a pin wash. All right, I'm gonna let that one sit for a little while. Marty M, what's going on, dude? The old M&M Shortlines Railroad. Man, I'm over here painting. Painting with water and India ink. Got some 4x4s here. Making it to where you can see the different boards. Everybody else in here will tell you earlier when I held up the ones that were not painted, like this one, you can't really see them unless I put it like right up on the camera, and you still can't tell. So this is a little better. That versus that. A pin wash is what I'm really doing. Yeah, pin washing. Yeah. So Roy, did you do a drop off or a pickup of those skid steers when you came by? Hey, you ride spirit, you gonna become a spirit. And Delta just means don't even leave the airport. Supplying a lot of jobs to people in Wichita, Kansas. Oh, okay. Yeah, United, bring your own rubber bands. I dropped 2 in Little Rock, 1 in Springdale, and the mini excavator in Wichita. Oh, okay. Ends and top on this one looks good. I'm going to do the sides one more time. Yeah, I can see where my wash is really getting low. Hey, what's going on, BNC Systems Shortline? What's going on, Johnny? Sure, big cemetery in Wichita. So I've actually got family right outside of Wichita. There's a town called Benton, Kansas. I've got family that live there. All right, so here's the difference between a first pin wash and no pin wash. All right, let that set. Yeah, I'm going to need to add a little bit more water and some India ink. So I've been on this mixture here, I'm doing 7 drops of water to 5 drops of India ink. Doesn't Cocoa Krispies and Captain Crunch peanut mix together sound good? That would be just like the Reese's Peanut Butter Crunch. But to answer your question, Daryl, oh, absolutely. I'll tell you another good combination is Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Golden Grams. Something about that cinnamon and honey. And Rusty's like, don't make me go to the store. Ugh. 2.5 hours. How about that? Who would have thunk it? Already's getting fat from hearing all the food talk. I've already been there, man. That's why I'm fat, period. I am a big foodie. Alright, guys. So this is going to be the last one I do for the night. Wow, you lost 20 pounds at Tammy's. That's awesome. And before I hop off, I'll let you see the ones that I've got finished. He probably found the 40 pounds from his, what is it, your auntie or that made the cookies? Is that where you found the 40? Artie, you know we got to give you a hard time, bud. All right. Go ahead and get my brush cleaned up. Food trap. He could lose 20 pounds if he shaved that food trap under his chin. And he's saying Dave is the one who ate all the cookies. Oh boy. Woo. Let me do this again. Here we go. Oh God, what do you got? Food poisoning, Roy? So they weren't the moldy cookies, huh? I think Dwight's the one who gets all the moldy cookies. Alright, well these are definitely not the prettiest. But they definitely look a lot better than they did earlier. So this is the 2x4s. I could probably take some sandpaper and maybe, rough up the edge or something. And that might make the black stand out a little better. this right here, I mean, you can see where the black's all over it. More 2x4s. And then these are the 4x4s. But I'm thinking if I get maybe some sandpaper, I can get that black off the top. Another batch of 4x4s. I'm just hoping 3 kits is going to be enough. Because I might have to get more kits. I don't know. But here's the others that I'm still working on. All right there. So the short ones are 2x4x10s. The longer ones are 2x4x16s. Same with 4x4x10s and 4x4x16s. Each kit came with 2 of each of the 10 foots and 3 of each of the 16 foots. Who'd have thunk it, right? So this is what I was using as far as creating my wash. Just this and water. That's it. I've got my locomotives. I'm thinking about using that. I don't know if I should maybe make a thicker wash. I want to use that on some of my locomotives to, create like exhaust debris or soot or whatever you call it. Let me go grab my locomotive and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right. I know it's a beautiful one. It's an Athearn Genesis. Here it is. Yep. This is my FP7. But I'm thinking there needs to be exhaust along the whole top here. Because like all the pictures I've seen, like all of this back here just looks dirty, dingy. And it even carries on to the baggage cars. So I think, I don't know what I would use. If I should use like maybe a Q-tip and like kind of dab it on all the way across to make it look, like the smoke exhaust is going over there. I don't know. Why don't y'all give me y'all's thoughts and opinions on it? I guess I could pin wash this guy. I haven't done this one yet. See my little forklift? That definitely needs some stuff added to it. Oh man, that already looks way better. Alright, so you see this side? This is why you do pin washing. Look at that. Just some of this stuff, man, it just stands out. This thing here is actually easier to pin wash than that. What you call it? Heck yeah. Man, that's what's up. Is that a step? No, it's got a little seat on it. It does have a little seat. So, you can barely see the seat on it. Flip it over. Work this side now. Yeah, I'm going to weather the forklift for sure. But either way it goes, he still needs a good pin wash. So this is actually Walthers Seam Master. There we go. Yeah, it looks a little better. Do the grates back here on the back. I just wish I could find a little guy. Yeah, dull coat does go a long way. How's it going, Darby? And then let's see, who else popped in? Off the Rails, Western Australia. How's it going as well? Yeah, just adding just a little bit of black in the grooves. Man, it's making it pop already. All right, Daryl, have a good evening, buddy. I will holler at you next time. AFib? Oh man, I hope you get that figured out. That's not good. Yeah, I'm fixing to get out of here myself. Ooh, that's not good, Rusty. And you got to be careful with that. All right, guys. I'm going to call it quits for the night. So, I will tell you, I am making a video on these. So, just, it won't be ready for tomorrow. I might have it ready for next week. Who knows? So, just kind of be on the lookout on that. That's a good reason to be subscribed to the channel if you're not subscribed. But all of you in the chat, you had to be subscribed in order to chat. So, I know you're there. But guys, if you don't mind, please hit that thumbs up. It helps, the channel out probably the most. So, yeah. So other than that, y'all be safe out there. I hope y'all have a great rest of your weekend. And happy railroading. Y'all take care. Be safe out there.